This is the first Amiibo I ever received. I got this Samus one for Christmas on the year Nintendo started announcing they were making Amiibo for Smash Ultimate for Smash Wii U and 3DS. And this one really resonates with me. It was the first Amiibo I had. I was into Metroid at the time, and I couldn't part with this Amiibo. Even now, I still can't part with it. This one holds a lot of nostalgia factor for me. Like for example, when the legs broke off at some point, the ankles, I basically super glued them back together because that's how much I cared and loved this Amiibo. The next one in line was Link, because at the time I was also going into Zelda. I was getting into Zelda more often, and I just fell in love with this Amiibo so well. I have a new favorite Link Amiibo, but this one will always hold a special place in my heart, because this was the Amiibo I had. I played with them all the time. The Master Sword is getting a bit bent, but it's always been like that, so it's nothing to worry about. But the amount of detail on this figure is always amazing. It always amazed me. Zelda is as majestic as ever. This is probably like my favorite Zelda figure that they made. I don't mind her with having brown hair. I like her with blonde hair, but with darker hair is actually pretty neat. I like that. But at the same time, though, this kind of reminds me of that Zelda rap video that Smosh put out a while ago. Plus, like, you know, the Smash Brothers rap with the same Zelda. This is, like, my Zelda that I think of all the time. Here we have Link from Ocarina of Time. This is my new favorite Link. I love the Master Shield back here. Not the Master Shield, the Hylian Shield. Sorry. Ugh. I'm retarded. But I love the Hylian Shield right there, and the Master Sword. It's just perfect. It screams classic Ocarina of Time Link. It's just amazing. Although, I wish I got, like, I wish I got Young Link. That would be my favorite. But this one's just as good. I like the texture of the ocarina. It's just nice and silky, smooth, and all that, because it's an ocarina. Really, these figures are always amazing. Now we have Fox and Falco, and I'm not gonna lie, I love these figures so much. Like, at the time I thought, okay, I want Fox, and then when Falco comes out, I want Falco. And lo and behold, I got them both. The problem is, Fox was like, you know, hard to get after a while, and so was Falco, but I managed to get them because I basically grew up in New Brunswick, and there, like, Amiibo, like, when you're in the middle of nowhere, like New Brunswick, then, like, you know, it's very easy to get a hold of certain Amiibo that go out in stores and all that, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, love Falco. He's my favorite Star Fox character, and I love Fox right here, too. He's pretty cool. Okay, so I got Sonic, like, way later in my Amiibo collecting career, but the funny story about this is I met someone at EB Games, because here in Canada we have an EB Games instead of GameStop, and she was so nice. Basically, she said, because she knew I loved Sonic and all that, I came in there, got some Sonic stuff every time, and she knew I loved Sonic. She was saving this for herself, but she has no use for Amiibo, and she knew that this Sonic would get used, so she gave it to me, and I'm forever thankful for that. See, every Amiibo I have has some sort of connection to me. Like, they each have some sort of story to tell that I always like to share, you know? And now we have the Animal Crossing Amiibo. Personally, my favorite out of them all is Tom Nook, because I just love the texture on his sweater, plus Tom Nook is probably, like, the best in all the Animal Crossing. I know he's a jerk, but whatever, I don't care. My friend absolutely loved Digby. I get mixed up with Rigby from a regular show all the time. Mabel's pretty cool. Mabel's pretty cool. I know people don't like Rossetti. I don't know why, but we'll find out soon. I don't play much Animal Crossing. But when I got these, I just knew, yeah, these are cute to have in a collection, so why not? But, I don't know, I feel like I resonate with Tom Nook's sweater right there. I think it looks really good on him. It's pretty cool. And now we got one of my absolute favorites, Rob. I just really love the design of Rob, because if you think about it, Amiibo now, compared to like what Rob 64 was back in the NES era, it's the same deal. It's a robot toy companion, or at least in this case. No, I mean, it feels ironic that Rob, when he originally came out, he was supposed to be an accessory to the NES, and the detailing on this figure is amazing. But again, he was an accessory that was supposed to come out for the NES, and he was supposed to be a robot companion. And here, Amiibo are supposed to be your companion and foe in the Smash Brothers line of games. So again, the functionality there, it's very similar. I just like how we've come full circle and we were able to mass produce these things now. Also, you can't see it, but the Rob logo is there. I absolutely love that. Love that little detail. Yeah, let me get back into focus. There we go. So yeah, that's Rob 64 in a nutshell. Rob 64. That's Rob in a nutshell. I really like his photo lens eyes. It's like he's observing everything in the world around him. And overall, this figure is just really good to have, really. now we're getting to the part of the video that I was most excited for, the custom amiibo that I made. This is a custom Ghostbusters Luigi. I got him in 2016 because Ghostbusters 2016 was coming out at the time. Controversial or not, doesn't matter. It renewed my interest in Ghostbusters, and now it's a big part of my life, Ghostbusters. And really, what I love about this Luigi, it's that I took my time painting him. Everything. Adding the belt, adding, you know, the name tag, just everything. And we used like the stickers that came with this little Proton pack, the Ghostbusters sticker, and you put it on the cap right there. As you can see, the paint is starting to wear and tear on him a bit, but that doesn't matter. It's still the same Luigi to me. The Proton pack, now, see, I held it on there with a Velcro hair, you see, but the Proton pack itself, it's just, you know, 2016 model. I wish I had the original 1984 version, 1985? 1984, yeah. Wish I had the 1984 version, but what can you do? But at the same time, though, I'm just holding it together with an elastic band because it's starting to fall off there, so. Other than that, this is a figure that I absolutely love to death. And honestly, this is my Luigi for me. I wish I got a Luigi that wasn't Ghostbusters up, but whatever. This is still Luigi to me. Also, it's obvious. I made him Luigi because of, you know, Ghostbusters and Luigi's Mansion. I just thought it would make more sense. Now we got Zero Suit Samus. This one's one of my favorites. I like her very much. Like, you know, really, I just really like Samus. You know, Zero Suit Samus in Smash Brothers was a delight, knowing that she was a separate character, and I really like that. I don't really have much to say about this figure, except that I love it. I love her skin-tight blue jumpsuit. Not sexual, I swear to God. But yeah, it's a pretty solid figure. I like it. Oh, Daisy. The one amiibo that nobody ever never wanted. I'm just kidding. Everyone loves Daisy. But really, like, the thing is, it's just Daisy is so underused in the games that it's good to see that she's got an amiibo. Of course she was. She's entitled to one. It's just, I wish characters like Milan got one from Ocarina of Time. But the thing is, it's like, Daisy is so underused in Mario games. I wish in Luigi's Mansion 3 she was either a playable character or someone you had to rescue. Basically add her to do something in these games, you know? But other than that, I really like this amiibo. It's pretty sweet. And, yeah. We got ourselves the Famicom edition to rob. And honestly, the color scheme is just amazing. It's just, like, you can tell there's a major difference where American Rob is all gray. This one has a bit of a slightly yellowish tone to him, and it's so reminiscent of the Famicom. I absolutely love it. I got him alongside the Ryu amiibo that I have, which I'm about to show you in a second, but I got them both for my birthday. I wanted to customize this Rob to basically have him as a Ghostbusters trap sort of robot thing, but I decided to keep him as is, as a Famicom robot. And I'm really glad I did that. I didn't want to mess with him too much. Here's my boy Ryu. I don't really play Street Fighter much, but I love Ryu's design here. It was pretty cool. It's just, you know, this is the one I actually trained with the most in Smash Brothers when it comes to fighting and all that. I made him a heavyweight fighter because why would you not? Heavyweight fighters are like, you know, they have a certain advantage that most characters don't. I really like the bulge of his muscles here. I just love this figure's design all to hell and back. Originally, I wanted to get a couple of Ryus so I can like customize them to make just a weird knockoff Beetlejuice one for some reason, just for the hell of it. And I also wanted to make I just wanted to make a Goku one, obviously, but you know, just yeah, I really love the Ryu. I really love it. I love the little detail on his gloves there. And just, this figure is just a swell, all-rounded one, and I really love it to death. If anyone's ever known me ever, they know that I don't really play much Pokemon games. In fact, like, you know, just, I have a Game Boy Color. I got it for, like, you know, for that classical feel of playing the original Pokemon on the original Game Boy. That was fun, but, you know, I never really got into the Pokemon franchise as a whole, but if I was, you know, I knew that I love Squirtle and I love the Pokemon trainers, so I had to get them, solely because I love their design, and they're just, you know, iconic, so, again, this is pretty cool. I love the texture on the Pokemon trainers' jeans. Like, I love Red's jeans right there, as well as the Pokeball glistens, so it shows that, like, yeah, they went all out on the details for these figures and all that, so that's something I really appreciate. Ness, I love, because I tried getting into Earthbound, I could never finish it because I was playing an emulated version of it, of Earthbound, but I do have the original on that Famicom right there. I do have it. It's just, you know, I just have to get around to playing it, you know. But goddamn, I love Ness. He's just so good. I had a Lucas one, but I basically had to customize it to make Sans from Undertale for a friend of mine for his birthday. He really liked it. So, yeah. I loved Fire Emblem Awakening. I loved it so much. The characters, the game, everything. So I knew that there was Amiibo out there, I had to get it. See, when I got Lucina first, as opposed to Chrom. I got her first because I knew at the time when I was going to buy her, I was like, I don't really want it, I'm not in a Fire Emblem mood, but I knew that, yeah, in the future, you're gonna you'll be thankful for it later. And you're right, I was thankful for it that I got Lucina later. Because after that, I was able to get Chrom. Now, unfortunately, Falchion, his sword, is actually starting to bend a bit, but that's fine. I really like the texture of his base there. It's really cool. It does speak Fire Emblem, like as if he's being moved across a chessboard or something, across the battlefield. And just his pose right there complements Lucina's very well. It's like they're partners and all that. Their capes are flowing in the wind. Again, very lovely characters, lovely figures, and best part is, Chrom is compatible with Smash! Of course! Why wouldn't he be? Okay, I knew when Cloud came out for Smash, I knew I had to get the character, and I knew I had to get the Amiibo when it came out. So, I pre-ordered it at my local EV Games, and I got it. I was hoping I could get the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children one, but they didn't have any because they were high in demand. But holy crap, this Amiibo is so good. When I get Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS4, I am so gonna have this Amiibo by my side. It's only fitting that I do that. It's tradition. And just everything about this detail, the texturing of his shirt, everything. I resonate with Cloud so well, due to the fact that we're roughly the same age, but still, it's pretty good. This Boo Amiibo, it's gotten a bit dirty over the years, because well, it's white plastic, what do you expect? But what I love about this one is, obviously, as everyone knows, it glows in the dark, and we use this a lot when we were playing, like, you know, Mario Party Star Rush on all of our DSs, me and my buddies there. It was pretty cool. Like, I had so much fun with this Amiibo. So much fun. And it's just the novel idea. I always brought it with me whenever I play Luigi's Mansion with them. It was pretty fitting. Now, these two figures were interesting. These are just pixel 8-bit Marios, Mario and Link from their games respectively for the NES. This one's for the Mario 30th Anniversary figure, and my god, like this figure is just 8-bit Mario but in 3D. They did such a good job with it. If anything, it actually reminds me of the intro to Game Theory. Really, it really does. This is like the 3D pixel Mario from Game Theory. I really love it. I really love this figure. It was so good. Resonates with me well. Wish I got the blue and red version with the modern Mario colors, but what can you do? I like this Link, though, however, because he's got the white sword, but, you know, I consider it the Master Sword, so, you know, this figure of Link is just amazing. I love it. And just, he's got the cross shield, too, so that's really sweet. These Amiibo are really good. I don't use them much in my collection, but these ones have a special place in my heart, due to the fact that they're from the NES era of games. I didn't get into Castlevania until I saw, the Angry Video Game Nerd do his videos on it, and really, I think that's what the nature of his videos do. They get us into these games that you love playing as a child growing up, and it's nice that I got that sort of influence. So basically, when I saw Simon Belmont at my local EV Games a couple of months back, I thought to myself, yeah, I have to get this Amiibo, I just have to. And I just love his design. I was so glad that they included him in Smash Ultimate. But the other thing I'd like to note is that I also love Trevor Belmont, but I would love to see Alucard. Mainly because I love him in the anime, because the anime guy's moveset's so right, clearly taking inspiration from Symphony of the Night. That's a whole different topic altogether. This figure is really dynamic, I love his pose, I love everything about him, and I cannot wait. If I ever get Smash Ultimate, I cannot wait to play this character as an Amiibo. Now we're introducing the Wah brothers. I like their posing because I can put them side by side and they work together and play off each other. Wario works with him in Smash. Like, all these characters, they work in their separate games and all that, with Smash and all that, but unfortunately, poor Waluigi. Poor Waluigi. And speaking of Waluigi, do you want to hear my Waluigi impression? Here we go. Waluigi get you next time. That's my best Waluigi impression. I could do better, but it's like, you know, I'm just going off the top of my head there. I love Waluigi so much. Oh boy, time for some controversy. These Amiibo sparked a lot of controversy. The Metroid Samus Returns Amiibo. This one, like, okay, in terms of the figure themselves, this is the best looking Samus I've seen ever. Like, holy shit. The detail on it is amazing. The pose is excellent. Just just her suit just looks amazing. Classic Metroid. I love it, you know? But in this amiibo too, this one, the Metroid, it's squishy, as we all know. Funny enough, when I first saw this at E3 in 2017, I believe, I thought this amiibo would have lubricant on it when it came out of the package. I don't know why I thought that. I just thought it did, and I really like the broken vial that it's in. But the controversy with these two amiibo, I was conflicted on buying it, but when I actually did buy it, I confessed to my friends about it. Like, I bought this amiibo, I shouldn't have done it because the controversies around it, which I'll explain in a second. My friend said, it was one of those instances where I had a wake-up call, like, dude, you're not evil because you bought something, just relax. The thing about these amiibo, it's that they locked, like, you know, you absolutely need these amiibo if you want to unlock certain content within Metroid Samus Returns, which you should have unlocked on your own. But unfortunately, you need these amiibo to basically unlock extra content in that game, which was one of the scummiest things Nintendo's ever done. And that's saying something, because Nintendo is not a scummy company, but, you know, it's water under the bridge. Maybe they updated it in recent years, but whatever. And now for the Breath of the Wild amiibo. I got Young Link after I got Zelda, and Young Link, I don't really have much of a story for him. I just bought him at EB Games one day, before I went to work there, and I was like, yeah, this sounds like a good amiibo to have in my collection, so I just bought him. But this Zelda one, I have actually a good story to do with this one, because, like I said, every amiibo has their own story that I like to tell, and for this Zelda one, it's no different. When I got Zelda, it was on the opening day, like, it was on the launch day, when the Switch came out and Breath of the Wild came out. Unfortunately, I had to go to class in college earlier that afternoon because I had to practice life drawing, much to my dismay. But throughout that morning and that Friday evening, I was able to play Breath of the Wild with my friend there. I was able to play Breath of the Wild and play with him for the first time with the Zelda amiibo. I got the Zelda amiibo, he got the Switch. He got it... See, when we went into GameStop... Not GameStop, when we went to Best Buy, we basically just waited to get... Because we didn't have a pre-order. But luckily the manager there, he was waiting for people to come in and get their Switches. And he basically handed my friend, like, you know, like a certificate, a ticket thing that says, hey, we'll reserve a Switch for you, even though you didn't make a reservation. That was so nice of him. And because of that, we were able to, like, you know, acquire this. I was able to acquire Zelda, and at the same time, you know, I could have gotten the Guardian amiibo or the horseback Link, but I just wanted Zelda because out of the entire Breath of the Wild trailer, what caught my attention, what resonated with my heart the most was Zelda saying, everything I've done was all for nothing. And her breaking down crying. It was just, it conveyed so much emotion. Zelda was such a powerful character in that game. I haven't played it, but I know she is such a powerfully written character, and I had to get that amiibo for that. And here we have my Slamendorf, my Ganondorf, the best Ganondorf to come out of any Zelda game. Aside from his detail and texture, which was considerable, even the mark there of where he was stabbed in Twilight Princess, spoilers, this Ganondorf, to me, it resonates so much because it was the most well-written Ganon, Twilight Princess. He was so good and menacing. I basically made this fighter the most heavyweight fighter. He's already a heavyweight fighter, but now he's, like, unlaunchable. Like, if you got him in... If I played him in Smash, what would happen was, if he hit you just even slightly, he would regain a large portion of his health back, his percentage meter. And then, most importantly, once he reached 100%, he would be invincible for like 10 to 15 seconds. And on top of this, dude, like, his attack power output and his defense made him the most heavyweight fighter ever. It just takes 2 hits and you're dead. That's how much I had this guy. And every time, like, you know, I would chill out with my friends, take all my amiibo I had with me at the time, because I would chill out with my friends, we were playing Smash Ultimate, 8-player Smash, we would all take our amiibo, and what we did was we gambled like candy. We made it a gambling game. Whoever's amiibo would win the most matches, or whoever amiibo would win the match gets the whole pot of, like, candy or whatever that we got. And I won, like, a good portion of them because of this guy. I stopped using him for fairness sakes, of course, but yeah, it was still pretty good. This amiibo won me a lot of tournaments, so thanks, Ganon. I didn't really get Bowser out of necessity. I got him out of want because at the time I got him, Super Mario Maker was coming out, And I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm also getting Mario Party Star Rush for Christmas, while at the same time I'm also just getting Mario Maker for the 3DS. And I just, I felt it was fitting to have Ganon as part of my collection. Bowser as part of my collection. And honestly, Bowser, I like his color scheme. He's like one of my favorite amiibo that I have in my collection. So, again, this unfortunately, amiibo functionality does not work in the Mario Maker 3DS, but I got it because I simply loved, the idea of having a Bowser amiibo in my collection with the Mario Maker stuff. So, I was really excited for that. Here's the last of my custom amiibo. I basically took a Princess Peach figure that I found, just random. I forgot where I found it. I think I got her for cheap. But what I did was, I basically just painted her gold. Not spray painted, actually painted her gold. Got a bunch of coins. Hang on, let me get a better view here. Let me just get focus. Okay, I basically spray painted her gold and bedazzled her with, those fake jewel things you could get at the dollar store. And just, honestly, this figure, it's like, when I made her, I was inspired by the Burger King crown, and I just wanted to make her bedazzled, look like a trophy, and that was actually really cool. I really like how I did that, so this amiibo turned out very well. And she's actually heavier because of the coins that I put on there. They're actually pennies, because in Canada, pennies are now obsolete, so I thought, they're not going to get used, so might as well put them here. I basically super glued them on here, so yeah. The most underrated character in... I was about to say Kingdom Hearts in Kid Icarus Uprising. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love Palutena. She's the best. I was actually working on a Smash Brothers comic when it was at Nintendo High for a bit. I had a Nintendo phase, and I made a Smash Brothers comic, and I basically made the Smash Brothers team. I made her the leader of the League of Smash Brothers, which is pretty cool, and I like that. Really, this figure, I got her because one, I love Palutena, and two, because just look at that figure, dude. When I saw her, I was like, yeah, I just couldn't let her get away, so she just became a part of my collection.